Since we're here at work, my boss was generous enough to allow me to use the shop space on a Saturday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got my gearbox right here, but to cover it up from, dust and crap like that, I grabbed a rag from the rag bag. I chose a rag indiscriminately. I reached my hand in without a care. I did not care for race, religion, creed, none of that. Evidently, BMW Gearbox manages to find itself surrounded by its own people, even as parts, adorned by none other than Patagucci. By the power invested in me, the seat comes off! Next up, fancy-dancy, needlessly heavy and fancy aluminum side pieces. Before I go any further, I'll remove the exhaust can and I'll put it where it belongs, in a safe place. She's got that's some mass to her. Holy. Alright, next up is going to be exhaust headers, and that will allow me to get the bike, at least, get the arse end of her up in the air a little bit. I'm not looking for, the Carolina squat. Oh my. That alone was probably 20 minutes into the same safekeeping as the can. Again, OE part not being changed for aftermarket. This thing is beautiful. Until the cat poops itself, I don't care. This is plenty in. This bike makes 110 horsepower. If you have issues with 110 horsepower, buddy, you're on the wrong bike. Alright. I think it is time. Fuel tank. Off. No, sorry, my apologies. The snorkus comes first. It's these little details here that make BMW so, so Jim and so BMW. Stainless hardware, real nice stainless hardware. It even has the brand, punched into the head of it. But they give you little plastic washers so your hardware doesn't gall up the surface. Alright, I will not be showing how to undo your fuel tank. There's like 4 different videos online about it. If you're this far and you're looking to do this, this is not a guide. You need to find your own way. This is me doing it. I'm merely documenting this for posterity and possibly the lulls. The lulls are yet to be determined, so we'll see about that. I may have mentioned earlier that the camera I'm using is an older camera. As such, so is the battery. Battery's going to die here shortly. I'll be switching you to my phone. Audio and video quality will likely drop. Sincerely apologize. But hey, if you thought about helping me out, how about hitting that? Oh God, am I actually gonna? No, I'm not asking for your subscription. If you like it, you will subscribe. If you don't, you will not. We're doing this the most democratic way possible. I should specify the most organic way possible, not democratic. You'll be you will subscribe or else. The first bit of video only took about an hour as far as removing the fuel tank, the wheel, the seat, everything else. What's taking me an hour and a half now is just struggling with electrical connectors. I ended up breaking that clip there. I'll wrap it in electrical tape as to prevent debris. But, putting all the hardware back where it belongs so that it doesn't get lost. Pulling the airbox elbows out. I know these are real fancy Oedeker clamps. They're being replaced for good old American screw-type hose clamps. If anyone's got an issue with that, you can take it up with the frickin' subscribe button. So, this is the gear oil that came out of it. Sure smells like gear oil, that's for damn sure. The correct seal has got a little felt ring around the outside of it, which I think is adorable. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's Germans admitting that, oh, maybe it's susceptible to weepage. 30 millimeter will do the trick. Just a small hammer will do. You don't need frickin' Macho Grande. If it wasn't already evident, you just want to get this seal flush with the top of the case, that's all. Alright, input side, come here. Oh my. Okay, don't need 30 millimeter anymore. What I do need is some tree carter conduit that fits over the input shaft. Lovely! Output seal is 2312770587. Input seal is the same number except 086. The slave cylinder is 085. I mention that only because of the parts kid at the dealership. Frickin' guy. Like, I know life sucks and I know you're at a parts dealership, but good lord, they're paying you to do your job, man. I don't care how much life sucks. I know it does. I'm living, unfortunately. That's not true. Well, I mean, I am living, but life does suck, but man, there's some moments where it's pretty freaking good. Your daughter reaches up to say hi to you in the morning. You know, it's pretty nice. I need a rag. Ugh, what is this? Olivia Ray, New York. You know, the person buying that shirt, they probably thought, oh, that's really nice. It's going to be lovely. I'll wear it on Sunday for brunch. And now, oh, how the mighty fall. Oh my. What a wacky freaking consumerist world we live in. That shirt had no idea it was ever going to end up here. It was probably born in Bangladesh, maybe. A lot of the fancy brands are named or made in freaking offshore countries or nowhere near where it's being sold. Oh, no, it just says New York. Maybe it actually is made in New York. I don't think this is working. Come on. This cartoonishly long bit of conduit. Alright, that's a 3-foot bit of conduit to hammer on a input shaft seal on a R1200 transmission. Lord. Okay, so a word to the future people of doing this kind of stuff. Slave cylinder here must come off first before removing subframe. Second thing, subframe. Way heavier than what it looks like. Little wonder these things weigh about 500 pounds. Those two ABS lines, where are they? Come here. Here and here. Those were a pain in the buttocks. I didn't think I'd have to take off both injection stacks, but, well, here we are. Airbox is out. Airbox is out, so, you know, now's an opportunity where I install the Pierre City Cycles, you know, airbox removal kit. And frankly, I'm kind of regretting not doing it because all this effort, what, for 10% roughly lower first gear? I'm glad I'm doing something different by putting in, you know, a
slightly modified transmission in this thing. But if I were putting just the normal transmission back, I don't think I could live with myself the amount of effort it actually took to get here just to replace it with, you know, the thing that I bought. You're going to go through all this so much work. Have some fun. Like, I can understand how Pure City Cycles, they say they sell these things, these delete kits, weekly, which, that's fantastic for them. Truly. Stu and Rory, that's great. Who's doing this on a regular basis? God, this is a ton of work, man. I will never call a Japanese motorcycle soulless ever again. Going to a dealership, at least for me, for right now, for this thing, it should have been the thing to do. It should have been. But the cash, it's a little hard to come by these days, and so, you know, hey, I can do it myself. I've done some stuff. This is nothing. This is nothing in comparison to what I've ever done ever before. I would highly encourage anyone to seek professional help, both with the comfy chair and, you know, at a garage, at a motorcycle shop. I need a beer.